Stu Williams, down 2 with a chance to take the lead.
Put the slow wheel on that one.
Woo! We had the knee press and everything on that one. Hey guys, welcome back to the Beef and Barnzy channel. Today we've got another one of our matchups. We're going with the new Rubicon UC3, a new urethane cover on the Rubicon weight block. Mine is laid out a little differently. I took some advice from head office. Alex Hoskins sent me a layout. So I've got a 5 by 4 1/4, I believe, and I think it's a 4.5 inch valve distance. So what have you got on yours? You got a slightly different layout.
Slightly different, yeah. We're going to go with 5 by 6 by 3, 3.5.
Okay, so we should get to see a couple of different shapes. Because I think that urethane on a house shot is almost a criminal offense, we're going to be bowling on the World Championships pattern that Chris is going out to Dubai to bowl on. There's been a lot of guys using urethane, so we figured that this would probably be a better test. So the scores might not be as high as you've seen on some of our other videos, but we are bowling on a real pattern today. So let's see what happens.
It's an easier version of the sport pattern. 44 feet, 3 to 1.
Okay, so 44 feet urethane. Am I yes for Svensson? That is the question. Well, that was exciting because I felt like I missed left and it still continued through the pins.
Still held. Perhaps why they're using it over there.
That was pretty sweet.
That seemed all right.
Like I said, I said when I picked the ball up, 44 feet urethane, am I yes for Svensson? You actually look like yes on that one with the way the ball went through the pins.
Actually. Certainly has that mid-lane pickup like you see out of urethane.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much is continuing down the lane. I've felt in the past when we've used asymmetrical urethanes that as you get left, they almost get more forward.
Right.
But we're not seeing that with this one. Well, not so far anyway.
That's left. Ooh. Wow. All right. Well, I gotta say, I came prepared to not like this ball. It's already a double more than I thought I would throw with it.
Well now.
Well.
So I've missed right now, and I missed left before, and they both struck, which is, you know, what's supposed to happen with urethane when I watch all the kids throw it.
That's for the right. All right.
For those watching at home, that's what's known as ambitious.
Yeah.
But it's exciting that he didn't 2-8-10. He only 2-8. That's always a plus.
And I don't know that that's not just a little bit of urethane carry down either, but
we'll go with that, Chris. Not that you just threw it out the window.
Judging by the spare, I moved an extra one than I normally would there, and it's so it's the right side of it, so I'm probably just going to move aboard right. A little bit of that shim moving down the lane.
So we ain't moving right here, boys. That close. Huh? That close.
If you want to go. Uh-oh.
See? He talked me into it.
Oh, you were listening to me?
Talked me into it. I didn't move right, but he talked me into it.
It's not a great count.
Grabfest.com.
You know what gets really hard to make with urethane? That 9-pin. The 9-pin's tricky.
chirp, chirp.
Oh.
Well, that was disappointing, wasn't it?
Oh boy. There's the old high school miss. Move one right, miss two left. All right. Turns out 9 spares enough to get back in the lead. He's back.
Yeah, that was better. Less grab, more speed. Strike. Not sure that move right was the answer there, boss.
Perhaps not. Thinking maybe that 2.8 might have been way more me than anything else. So,
If for those who got to hear my audio as well as Chris's, Chris might want to review the tape. Yeah, I whispered that into my microphone after your third frame when you went. That might be the urethane carry down. It also might not. All right. Come on. Chance to step in and take control of the match.
Stu Williams, down 2 with a chance to take the lead.
put the slow wheel on that one.
Woo! We had the knee press and everything on that one.
All right.
Playing for keeps, Barnes.
All right.
Playing for keeps today.
Play the leapfrog game. We're getting a little slow and oh boy. Well, chalk that up into things that didn't work.
Do you need me to FaceTime Ryan to talk you through your moves? On
Maybe
the urethane?
so, I guess. He's got more experience with urethane than I do. Wow. Now, I've thrown this one against the fast pitch just a couple of shots. The fast pitch hooked like 4 less than this did. So, give you an idea of strength. Well,
Can you even remember what it's like to only have one shot? Come on, Chris. That's better. There we go. A little more aggressive with that one.
yeah, I moved 5 left on the other one, tried to throw it slow, and all I did is make it hook in the front. So,
I do feel like I can make more reactive ball style moves with this than I can with like fast pitch, pitch black, booyah.
the continuation on the back end of the lane, I think, is going to allow a lot more flexibility and a better bridge between that ball and when you have to get out of urethane. And it's very early. we've thrown some balls that were, that hooked a lot but I guess the biggest one I can think of is that the Badger 7030, which, it had reactive in it, but which is why that one hooked so much more instead of just being core, but it still was so different that when you went to get away from it, there was not a good reactive ball to bridge. Yeah, this feels like it might be a better bridge, like you're saying.
It feels like it digs in early, but I can use it almost like a reactive ball.
Four is not very many.
Yikes.
Oh, that's
Okay.
yeah. Turns out getting more pins on the second shot than the first is never a good situation.
Well, as an
We are on Stewie Bagger's home away from home. The
that
tables
was
have
not
turned.
good. And I got it all the way to the right, and she came all the way back. It's definitely looking like my special layout. I asked the people who knew what they were talking about how to lay it out. It's definitely worked out to my advantage, I would say.
Perhaps. Or maybe you're just throwing it better, but...
Well, there's that too. That's good.
Now there's another 3 left. So
it's the same. It's kind of the deal for you. You've almost underappreciated how much it's going to hook in the oil. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Like for me, when I get it in the oil, it picks up way more than I expect it to.
yeah, and dialing in the speed a little bit better because urethane still need to be a little softer to let it come around the corner. You dialed in the speed right away. We now have a video clip for this one.
Happy times for beef stew here.
And now the Darren Tang of this arrangement. So. Whoa.
See, just proving to you all that it's still urethane. Didn't really get that one.
This is our own
dry patch.
Our own pro versus House Joe, where Stu just, as the pro, runs over to the House Joe. Stu just rolls into my town and treats me like Billy Rogers treats Kyle Troop. So
Yeah, come on. Good. Now you get it in the oil, and
it's pretty crazy how much it hooks.
yeah.
And that, I mean, that was up 21 or so, and I didn't particularly get it to any real friction spot.
No, I think the key is
and still went through the pins.
You can keep it in the oil, but you got to get it started. That one where I completely flagged the head pin, it just didn't pick up in the front, and then
Yeah.
you got to hit the dry then.
Try to get this one right a little bit more. Not really.
Shot Tommy.
Tommy Jones. vicious, Tammy Jones. Yeah, just to prove that you can't necessarily just throw it right and get it to hook off of it.
So there we had it. It ended up being a 250 to 212, I think. Like we say on our channel, it's warts and all. You get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and Chris provided at least 2 of those 3. For me, I don't know where it's going to fit in my bag yet because I haven't really had a chance to throw my pitch black and stuff, but it seems like a completely different category of board for me. So it'll be interesting to see when we play on those pans when, you know, I want to be able to move further left before I get to reactive, whether I can take advantage of them. But on this pan here, it certainly allowed me to hook basically the whole lane almost.
Right. I'm still very old school. I'd much rather throw a big reactive ball, you know, with the slow cover and then do the rest of it with my hand if I can. Lately on tour, that's not been an option. The one thing I do know is I put it up against a fast pitch. It hooked 3 to 5 boards more than a fast pitch. So I know it's going to hook more than that, which should, in theory, make it a better bridge between some of our pitch blacks, and then when you have to get out of it and go to reactives, that this should be a bridge ball and give us another play. I don't know that I'm completely sold on it yet, but it certainly is an option that we don't have right now. And for the guys that like urethane a lot, this certainly is an added tool.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing that we might have seen was with me having the lower pin, it kind of makes the flares a little tighter and it makes the ball a little more continuous. Whereas the taller pin with the shorter pin buffer, the flare rings get wider quicker, so it makes it a little quicker response, but it also makes it like not as continuous. And that's kind of what we saw out of the 2 balls rather than just me and you. So something to consider, talk to your pro shops. This ball is available November 19th. As always, the link to pre-order is below. Take it easy and we'll see you in the next video.